inspire.
Welcome back to Relentless, the show about what it takes to make it as an entrepreneur, especially in the wild west of NFTs. I'm Jeff Sarris.
And I'm Jack Davidson, and it feels good to be here. I have a big smile on my face right now. I did not think I was going to be so happy to do this. So it's good to. It just feels like I've been away for a little bit. So
yeah,
it's good to be here. It's good. It's good to be home, I guess. So
yeah, for sure. Because it's been a quiet couple weeks. Quiet on our end, not on your end of things.
Yeah.
But quiet, nonetheless. So it'll be good to sort of dive into everything, just sort of what's going on, how you're feeling, how things are going, and I figured we talk about grief because this is sort of what it stems from. But
yeah.
So
and definitely, and might I just add that the market is in such shambles right now that it was a good time for this to happen. It was a good time for me to recoup, because nothing's crazy right now. Everything's moving. There's a hard readjustment period happening right now. So, it's been, I haven't really taken time to myself since the get-go. I haven't taken a good amount of time to myself to just restabilize, reestablish, just get my mind in the right spot. And, something that's not really talked about in the space. I never see it. And if I see it, it's super negative. So I like to wait until I have my full analysis to even post anything about it or speak about it, rather than just have word diarrhea on Twitter. So, I feel sometimes just a lot of mental health isn't talked about in the space, and just a lot of issues that we as people have. It's where, for example, we are a docs team. So my face and my name is out there. It's not I'm just hiding behind some NFT or some Bored Ape, or I'm not doing some persona Badfroot, Jack Davidson. It's the same fucking thing. So sometimes it's hard to hide when you need to hide, when you need to get into a safe spot in your brain. And so I guess I was forced to kind of do it just in the last I guess I would say probably 3 weeks. And I'm not gonna try to touch too personal, because there's involved with just people that people may know and just certain stuff, and I don't want to have anybody get upset about anything. But man, I have definitely had a rough couple weeks, and you guys for the last year have made me feel so superhuman, I'm the fucking man, and I am the fucking man. I know I'm the fucking man, but sometimes it's tough. Life just fucking kicks you in the nuts sometimes when you're not expecting it, and it's just, you can never be humbled enough. You know what I mean? I don't care how fat your wallet is. I don't care how handsome you are. I don't care how good at fighting you are. I don't care what it is. It's sometimes we all need a second to fucking establish I'm not a fucking robot. I'm a fucking human being. And these past couple weeks have been so rough. I was on the cusp, I felt, of a creative outburst, and then something just sliced it all to shreds, and I haven't even been able to look at anything. Discord and everything, art, everything, not even just this, but everything in my life. I've been being a Badfroot out in the streets, just doing what I do best. And, I've just been trying to, I guess, cope with some shitty things that just happened that reminded me that, I'm not invincible. And, reminded me that, maybe sometimes I'm not the man. And, things always don't go my way. And, it's been just a super humbling experience. I've experienced things that I have never experienced in my life in the last couple weeks, and all negative, horrible things. But I guess it's it sucks when you can't take your own advice sometimes, So I hear it. I know what I'm supposed to do, but sometimes when you get the wind knocked out of you, sometimes when you're not really really expecting the wind getting knocked out of you like that, it's tough to get back up and fight. It's tough. And So, just you got to sometimes like take a sec to readjust. And, I just took these last 3 weeks to just, I did a lot this year. We did a lot this year. And, I don't know. It was a brutal 3 weeks, but like yesterday and the day before, it's been I feel like the light's coming back on a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit better, but so I want you guys to know, like, nobody's getting rugged or anything. Like, I'm a fucking human being. Like, look, I got this tattoo mad long ago. You probably can't see it because it's all faded, but there's a heart right here on my sleeve. I like wear my heart on my sleeve, and like it's my biggest pro, and it's also my biggest con, because sometimes when I love, so greatly just everything that sometimes when I don't get that reciprocated, I get like really hurt. And I haven't been hurt in a long time. And I guess when you get reminders of like what pain feels like when you've been on such a high horse for so long, it like just really, really, it reminds you that you can bleed. And yeah, I just want everyone to know nobody's getting rugged. Like I've just needed to take a breather. I just needed to take a sec. I'm here. I'm so here. I am still here. I'm trying to fathom what's next and how to crunch it next. And right now, to be completely transparent, like I have no creative juice inside of me right now, because I am like just trying to find my bearings again, just in my own personal life. And like, I've made NFTs and art my identity. And sometimes getting to the root of that and like why you were so good is and why you love the things that you do. It's like sometimes you lose sight of that, because like there are other things that go on in my life besides NFTs. And like I know I've devoted my life. You guys are like my everything. And 3 weeks has felt like a year. Like it feels like I haven't been around in a fucking
It
year.
feels
And
like an
like,
eternity. It's crazy.
right, dude? And like, you ever sometimes are in such a bad spot, like you can't even like do the things that you love, because like it's just like you just can't even bring yourself to open an app. Um so I don't know, I guess I just went through some pretty intense shit. And just with that, I was expecting, I guess, like different outcomes, and my expectations were set for something, and I just really got burned. And but
And I
at
know,
the end of the
so
day, it makes you better,
yeah,
so
and I know everyone's like wondering. So like it's around like rejection. Like rejection, just sort of, like, broadly speaking, is sort of what we're
yes.
talking about here.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's great. Thank you. You're gonna need to keep me on track for this one for sure. Don't want to overspeak and overstep. So, um, yeah, yeah, and especially after your rock star year where nobody said no to you, and perhaps the most important yes you were looking for that you didn't get.
Mhm.
Um, it's devastating. It's like world changing. It makes you dig into just such a deep part of yourself that you forgot was there. When things are good, you sometimes forget the bad. And like, um, and I guess I haven't had to deal with the bad in 365 days, and then, fucking gets you sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, because sort of like you alluded to, you had a vision for the future. There were expectations, and it's really hard to not have any expectations out of life. Like that's just something that's difficult. And when those
Right.
expectations then are shattered and out of your control completely, that is, it's world changing. Like there's someone, I heard someone refer to someone else who said it like this, but there's times in our lives where we're facing like a bonfire, and our only option is to run into that bonfire. Either we don't get burned and everything's fine, or we are completely incinerated, but we come out of that bonfire completely reborn, a full 180 from who we are, where we were, and what's coming next. And I think that that's like you're in that bonfire right now. That is the moment that you're in, and it's not easy
No.
to make it out of that.
But the thing is that like I've made it out of plenty of these before. Like
Mhm.
I've been in plenty of bonfires. So like I know how to do it. And it's so hard to just bring yourself to do that sometimes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how, like, tough it is to fucking summon that. And so, I don't know. I guess it just took me a couple weeks to just even swallow the pill that I was going to have to, you know, start the climb again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been good though. I mean, like, it's all right. I you know, I haven't been home. I've been literally living out of a duffel bag again. So I just, you know, just trying to run from me. And it's been a pretty bittersweet couple weeks. It's been like rad. It's been, you know, it's okay. Like I've been spending good times with good people and just like, just trying to get back to the roots of just everything and just find out what's next. Not even just for me, but for NFTs and personal stuff I'm doing in my life and trying to just set up just, you know, just because one thing I guess doesn't work out doesn't mean everything else has to not work out. So it's like you have to keep on doing shit. You have to keep on doing the shit you love. And but it is okay to like take a breather. Like you gotta, if you don't take a breather and you don't get to, and you don't put yourself in check and you don't kind of like take the time to feel the fire, it's like you're going to just ignore it. And then it's just going to roll into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And then before you know it, it's like you're empty at 45 and like, you know, you're just like, you don't know where you missed it. And like, you're not sure how it happened. And so I've just been trying to, not trying, I have. It looked like a lot of alcohol these last 3 weeks, but it's, you know, each day things get a little better and better. And I don't know. So I've just been, I haven't been gone, you know, I just haven't been keeping up too much just because I needed to, you know, it's like, it's hard. You wake up, Discord, there's a million different voices in there, and like, I need to recognize mine when I'm not sure what it sounds like right now. So, yeah, you guys are great. You guys are awesome. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just rebuilding. And often when I rebuild, it's like something really dope comes out of it. So,
well, that's something I was curious about. Like, before, I guess I wanted to ask if you've maybe seen some of the good in the experience yet, or is that still down the line?
No, it was as painful as it was, like earth-shatteringly painful. Like you know, I guess I'm not good at handling like emotional pain. You know what I mean? Like I could take a couple, you know.
Yeah, you can't fight your way out of this. No fists to get out of
just
this one.
about anything. But when it comes to like the stuff that's like that doesn't like scar, bruise, and heal, I mean, in theory it does. But like the stuff that's like you can't like look at and go like, okay, this happened because of this, and like this will be better in 5 weeks because it will heal. When it's like something that's so internal and damaging, it's like it's tough. It's tough to crawl out of. But I right away I saw the as much as it sucked. It's like, you know, not that, I don't know what the word is. It's like, it's, you know what, not that you knew it was coming, but like, no, that's not it. Not that you knew it was coming, but like, sometimes shit happens for like the best. And like, even though it's like, you may love something and like, you may really, really like just, you would die for somebody or something, or you would just have, you'd bargain, you'd sell, you'd do anything to regain what you want. And it's like almost like a drug addict, like just grasping for like stealing from people, like whatever it may take to like get that drug. Like you're going to do anything to get that drug, anything that was comfortable, that made you feel good. And so that thing is not necessarily good for you sometimes. And like sometimes that thing is like real bad for just like your mental health or you, or like just you may deserve better. And like you may, I'm giving I'm nuts. I give myself advice that I like can't take. I know the answers. It's just like you refuse to take them. And like that's another thing, is that like it's a bad quality about me. It's my best and bad quality is like I don't know when to quit. So I'll take it as painful as it needs to get if I get a result out of it. If I get what I need to get out of it, I don't care how far I have to go for it. Look, this brand is a breathing example of it. this is the good side of it. But sometimes I get a little bit too close to that fire and then I get sucked into it. So, but right away, it's like it almost felt like 1,000 pounds off my chest, like in a way, like it kind of sucked, but like I know I deserve more, you deserve better. And like you ever have a friend that's like in a shitty relationship and they're like, oh, I don't know why. And it's like, I know why, because of this. Like, don't do that. You deserve better. And then the person's like, no, you just don't get it. And it's like, I know I don't get it, but like, if you A plus B equals C, and like you're gonna keep getting C if you don't remove B. So it's like, as much as you may love B, or like, relationship is just an analogy, it could be anything. It's like if you don't remove the thing, it's like your outcome's never going to change, and it's just going to keep being the same conclusion and the same answer. And like no matter how hard you try and no matter how much you do, it's like uh I don't know, sometimes you just kind of gotta, it's never really a bad thing. Just another growing pain. It's another growing pain. That's all it is. And
It's
I just
something.
thought, not that I was like done with growing or anything, but like I just felt like I was like, all right, I think I'm in a good spot now for a couple of years where I won't have to experience anything too shitty, and then I don't know. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm definitely not at rock bottom at all by the slightest. I'm in myself, just trying to figure out me versus me right now, and like I'm a tough son of a bitch. So like it's real hard to like wrestle me down, but
Do you
I
find that you're sort of leaning into the pain at all? Because I know a lot of times like we can almost have this cyclical feeling where it's like I don't feel well, and not like you don't want to not feel well, but you almost like lean into it just a little more because it's like this is where I am, and I find myself like no, I don't. Not that you don't want to feel better, but I was just wondering if you've experienced almost like I'm in this, and I find myself almost bringing myself deeper into it, possibly.
Yeah, so definitely, and there's like a reason I'm kind of doing that, and it's so I can really be done with it. Because when I ignore things and I deal with them like a piece of shit, and I don't like allow myself to feel certain things, then like I end up just like digging and like filling my closet up with shit that doesn't belong in there, and then um it's what I've done my whole life, and it's just always ended in bad shit. So like I've been trying to yeah, lean into it, feel it. I'm not good at feeling pain. It's uncomfortable, and like I feel like it's something I really need to work on. And then there are times where I've been going out and drinking and having a good time and like just ignoring it all, and then I feel like shit right after. And like feeling like shit right after is because when I go out and I drink and I party and I do a bunch of shit, it's like I don't necessarily I feel better in that moment because I'm ignoring it. And then when I wake up and I'm sober and I'm just like, fuck, I have to kind of deal with this. So I got to tell you though, I'm super excited because like this is often like it's just like slingshot with me. Like when I feel this bad, not so much anymore. Not so much anymore. I've been doing all right. Like it comes and goes, but like this week has definitely been a better week. Like I've been able to actually fucking talk to you guys. So like I've been able to show my face on a fucking webcam, and so I no, I guess I definitely need to feel it just so I don't have to feel it again. And and to know why I feel it and to grieve it, like to go through it, like cuz if you don't grieve it, it's like I could be a cold son of a bitch. And like I've spent years unwiring that and like trying to be just the best that I can be. And like I'm not gonna let this hiccup do that to me. I'm not gonna let this this pebble in my skate wheel like just fuck everything up. Like so yeah, it's been, I think the grieving process is I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it. And like I'm not as tough as I think I am when it comes to stuff like this. When you start playing on strings that are really like, ow, hey, don't fucking touch that. Like that sucks. So I
And it's so much out of your control too, because it's involving other people. So it's not something that we can affect in the way that we can affect other things. Like maybe it's making more money or creating more art or doing these things that are basically fully within our control. It's so hard when it comes down to the sort of the emotional side, the connection with others side of things, because there's a 50% of that connection there is something wholly out of our control.
Completely. And like, so the analogy that like I was thinking of with this entire thing is like, have you seen you've seen Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like what you were just mentioning with the control is like this year I had insane control of my life. Everything. Like I was able to pump out all of this, like just build and create and you know do really really amazing things. And I what was I just saying? I forgot. That's still a thing too. That didn't go away. So let's see. Where was I? What was I talking
We
about?
having control, not
the control, right?
Yeah.
Analogy, Bruce Almighty. So there's a scene in Bruce Almighty where like God gives him free reign and says, you do whatever you want to do. But there's one thing you can't do, and you can't mess with people's free will. And like there's a scene when he's looking at Jennifer Aniston and he's just like, it's his ex-girlfriend, and he's just like, love me. And like she's just like, no, get the fuck out of here. And like you could have it all, and still it's like there's some things you just can't control in your life. There's some things that you just can't turn around in your life, and you can't make them face you, and you can't make them. That can be relationships, it could be jobs, it can be just fucking anything. It could be anything in your life. It's literally, it's just and I would like to think it's in our nature as human beings to want to be in control of stuff. We want to be in control. We it's natural to be in control, and especially if you're type A, like Jeff and I, like you're going to definitely want to be in control with things, but sometimes not everything can bend to reality. Sometimes you can't charm your way through situations, and sometimes it fucking is what it is.
Yeah, my friend Josh, this is it's connected to it, but it's slightly unrelated, but he always puts it best. I just love how he says, you can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you.
Yeah.
Because we can't affect someone individually, but if we need to make change, sometimes that is the people. Maybe we need to surround ourselves like our fruit friends are amazing. Like this is an amazing community of people who build each other, like we build each other up. Like we're here supporting one another, and this is a very positive relationship that we have, that like sometimes it comes down to that we need to maybe look at, like, unfortunately, because it's just, this isn't now what I had hoped or where it seemed to be going.
Right. And I gotta say, you guys, like, it's tough not to cry every day and just see like you guys like in Discord, and just like I'm so grateful. Like it's like I was scared that it was like, can I take time for myself right now? I'm scared if I take time for myself, I'm not sure if people are gonna. Not one of you bitched. Not one of you bitched. Not one of you said anything about anything. And like, I don't know, we got something good cooking here. So I just want to thank my like this entire community. Like, we're here, we're building every day. I know, corny, right? NFTs, fuck us, but like, we're building brick by brick, day by day. And sometimes the days aren't going to be good, and sometimes the days are going to be great. Like today, like I probably had like the best day of my life in like I don't know. And like it was just, I felt like a kid again today, and like I had a good time. And it's like sometimes like someone told me just even today that it's like you got to be in the present. You got to be in the present more. And you got to stop worrying about the past, and you got to stop worrying about the future, and you kind of got to be in the present more. You just got to be appreciative for the moment. And like, sure, you know, you got to grieve. You got to grieve shit. You got to get over shit. You got to figure your shit out. You got to take breaks. You got to take a step back. You got to look at yourself in order for yourself, and you know, in order to become greater and better. And sometimes holding yourself in the present moment today, or just now in the current, like, dude, it's hard not to smile. I haven't seen you in fucking, like, I'm on Zoom right now. Like, I haven't seen you in weeks. Like, I miss you guys. Like, you're right. Like, it's like, I got to be in the present. Like, So, yeah, it's just been wild. It's been a tough couple weeks. There's been deaths. There's been fucking family shit. There's been abuse. There's been like, dude, like it's been fucking wild. And you know, like I said, like you guys make me feel like a superhero. You guys make me feel like you're fearless leader, and like I totally fucking am. Like, don't you fucking forget it. But like, I'm also a delicate little flower sometimes. Like, I'm an artist, man. Like, I, you know, my feelings get hurt. Like, I sometimes gotta, you know, get in my bag a little bit. But I don't know. It's been bittersweet. The last week has been great, and I've just been really, I don't know. I guess like moral of the story is just like you can't bend things to, you can't change things that are predestined, or you can't change things that are designed to come your way. And like you can't change, it's like we all have a path, you know. It's like we make decisions that then lead to other paths and other decisions and places to go. And you got to let go of control and like live in the present sometimes, as tough as it is. It's like day by day, you know. That's it, day by day.
Yeah, being in the present, we only have so much time. It's such an important part. And I just really wanted, just wanted to touch on just one more thing with it, that like it really is, it's better to have been happy, to embrace the happiness and remember that and like hold on to that, than like to never be happy at all. You know, like the time that you had to focus solely, not in the grieving process, but like down the line, to focus solely on that last scene rather than the entire movie, you know, because there's so much great that happened in the movie.
Give me that one more time. That was fucking great. One more time. What was that?
Well, just basically focusing on the last scene. Like right now during the grieving, we're looking at the last scene of the movie, but that entire movie, there's so much to that journey.
Good.
Yeah, so much good, so much positive, like good and bad. But it's just how life goes. But it's something important to think about, I think, is that last scene doesn't define everything. It's only this moment now that you're working on.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, and it's just like sometimes you just need the perspective, and I don't know. So, and like now, you know, I needed a break. I needed a break to just like, it's been, we dropped a gin, or that one of one, just like crazy stuff. We've been doing amazing stuff. Like love seeing the slow mint. Like this is, everything is going according to plan. The game nights, the communication, the friendship. I've been watching people, community milk, just fucking spray its cum. I mean, milk everywhere, all over everybody. And like, you guys are all like just really taking care of each other in there. And like, even when I'm not looking, you guys are still doing it. And like, that's what it's about. And like, fuck, man, like this is some good shit. And like, all right, ETH is down fucking bad. ETH is down fucking bad. Like, but you know what? Like, nobody's bitching in there. We're all still smiling. We're all still like having a good time. And like, I'm just really, really I just have so much value with everything that you guys do. Like, I'm so grateful. I am. It's hard. Like, it's hard not to be grateful even in shitty moments. I know I always say that, but like, it's really, really hard not to be grateful, because it's like, it is just a season. Mm-hmm. You know, like this last week, like going through like shitty stuff, like grieving and like, you know, just like handling like shit in your life that's out of control. And it's like, you need to lean into it a little bit, you know, to feel it, to make sure that like you can heal from it and properly like digest everything. But then like with time, shit heals. Like it's already been like, I already feel each day that goes past, and then you get new people thrown into your path that like completely just like open up another alley or like another thing, and like you just, and then your life's just a bitch, but it's like so rad at the same time. And I don't know, I just I really appreciate all you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do, and like this, everything that I don't know, you guys are great. You guys are good. You guys are really drinking that milk. Who did I see? Big Bake gifted an Immortal to somebody. Did I see that correctly? I saw that.
So like it was an entire trade that was worked out with S. Kelly. Is he in here? He might not be in there. Oh, there he is. Yeah, Sean's down there. But yeah,
it was Trash Collector. I thought, yeah, S. Kelly. I saw.
Yeah, they worked out a big trade, and yeah, like it's everyone just coming together, and the beauty to. I never want to lull people into a false sense of security, but I love that we know each other so deeply and so well that these trades are happening directly. Like people are trusting one another. Granted, I don't want you to ever leave Badfroot and trust anyone by sending them an NFT and hoping they'll send one back. But I just love that we all know one another so intimately. I mean,
fucking family.
Yeah, we really are. I mean, that's one of the things. That's why, like, for me, I like knowing people's real name, whether or not they want it publicly known. Like, basically, nearly everyone in Badfroot, I know their first names. Like, we know their first names because that's just like, we want to know them, like know the person that's really there, like beyond the avatar and name, because it's important. Like, we are a family. We're together. We're like yeah, you can trust Sean. Like, you can, the J-Tunes worked out a trade as well. And like, you can trust
Goku sold. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like along with a trade as well. And like, you can trust J-Tunes. We know these, we've vetted them because we've been here together for months and months. I mean, Bake has been here since basically day one. Yeah, I was like month 2. Like we've been together for almost a full calendar year, like a substantial number of us, and it's impressive. But yeah, all that just to say, great community. And on that note, I want to open up the floor because we already have Just Quids who is ready. But first, so that music, as always, is for Community Milk, and we would love to have you guys come up here. We already have a couple requests ready, but yeah, just whatever you want to talk about. But if it's around grief and things, like that is the topic for today. So, but
yeah, we got come on up for your therapy. So,
yeah, just
we all go through it. I lost 2 friends. I don't know what 3 weeks ago, like in the same fucking night for acquiring the same tragedy. I went live twice that night. I went live with Relentless, and then the next day I went live with Relentless, and then with Arno and the Cranky Critters, which was awesome. I don't know if you guys saw that stream. That was like we're gonna start doing stuff like that. That Jeff wanted me to yesterday. I've been on the road. I've been, out of the duffel bag still. So I'm finding my bearings again now. So we're gonna start doing fun shit like that. But I didn't even let myself process. I was throwing myself right into work so I didn't have to feel it. And so
oh, lost you there.
We are such a family here at Badfroot that can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It says I lost connection. So if you guys are going through anything, if you guys have anything going on, like, this is so much more than just fucking NFTs at this point. I'm down like a third of my portfolio. This isn't about cryptocurrency. This isn't about fucking NFTs. We're fucking friends here. Like, if you guys got, like, I'm going through it. I'm fucking human. I'm not a superhero. I'm fucking human, and I'm going through it. I will always be your guys' fearless leader. I love all of you so much, and I will always take us to the moon. But, like, I'm going through it too. Like, it's okay if you're going through it. It's okay if you want to just get it out there. Like, God tell you, even just talking now, I feel like a million times better.
Isn't that amazing? So, like, just just sharing and being able to talk through some things.
Yeah.
I mean, the world. It's amazing. But yeah, Quigs, you're up right now. So if you wanted to unmute whenever you're ready.
Guys, can you hear me all right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's your voice. Impressive. You sound like Young Gravy.
I don't know who that is, but I appreciate the love. Yeah, so
the vibration in your voice is intense. I'm sorry. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a great voice.
Dude, I appreciate it. I love it. Wow. Yeah, so I guess there are a couple quotes that I want to share with you, and I'm not trying to talk at you. It's just reverberating back to myself the things that I've appreciated in your honesty with sharing with us, and to have the opportunity to speak. But a mentor of mine says that pain is the touchstone of growth.
Yes.
And that one was like the big one for me. And then he shared with me the story of the farmer and his horse. And would it be okay if I just read this to you guys?
I would love it more than anything.
All right. So I'm going from the website. So a farmer and his son had a beloved horse who helped the family earn a living. One day, the horse ran away, and their neighbors exclaimed, "Your horse ran away. What terrible luck." The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not." A few days later, the horse returned home, leading a few wild horses back to the farm as well. The neighbor shouted out, "Your horse has returned," and brought several horses home with him. "What great luck." The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not." Later that week, the farmer's son was trying to break one of the horses, and she threw him right to the ground, breaking his leg. The neighbors cried, "Your son broke his leg. What terrible luck." The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not." A few weeks later, soldiers from the National Army marched through that town, recruiting all boys for the army. They did not take their farmer's son because he had a broken leg. The neighbor shouted, your boy, he is spared. What tremendous luck." To which the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." And so for me, that's like, it's exactly what kind of we're talking about. I had my girlfriend's uncle had passed away of cancer at 48. And it was like, in that moment, 10 minutes prior to that, I found out I got accepted to dental school. And it was like, when my ego's at a 10, there's the largest margin of error. But when I'm going through pain, the accuracy in which I move is immensely intensified in efficiency, because emotionally the bandwidth is depleted. So I need to be very meticulous at which I expense my energy. And I can understand that when you're going through these emotional times, as well as I can empathize with you, that the pain is almost like the bargaining chip at which you are able to artistically express yourself perfectly. And so, for what you're going through, I have a level of empathy, and I thank you for the time and the space. I guess to leave it with a question is, what do you think is the thing that you find other than drinking that allows you to emotionally kind of come home?
Maybe video games, sometimes like taking it slow. It's the first, not necessarily the first thing I run to. It's just like, I know that like I'm not an alcoholic or anything. Like it's my substance use is very under control. Like I'm pretty good at it, but it's just the first thing I like to do when I don't feel good is I like to get in trouble. I like to get my ass kicked. I like to, just do dumb shit because I didn't have parents who hugged me as a kid probably too much. And I don't know. I don't know how to handle it. So the first thing I look to do is just to be bad, I guess. I don't know. But like video games, I guess good times with people, just drawing, different things that like I just haven't had the bandwidth to do it right now. But like now I'm starting to feel like this week I'm like, all right, like I'm starting to like, it feels like I can get back to drawing. Like I feel like I feel creative again. Like,
Ooh, we lost you again.
And like I'm like, that's why I feel like you need to like lean into like you feel like crap for a little bit, so you then can better work from there. You can better build from there. Hang on, I gotta tell you, your words are so profound. You, sir, have a very, very good talent and a very, very good head on your shoulders. And I am so impressed. I am so fucking impressed with the insight that you have shared here. Wow, dude.
Yeah, that story, like that is an amazing story. And it makes me think of, it's a Shakespeare quote, but it's sort of reworked from like Stoicism and a lot of things just over time, but there's nothing either good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. And like, I really think that that's such an important moment, because like just how that parable, how that story sort of plays out, it's like we could look at that individual moment that this is bad. This is something that's not good. But really, when you zoom out from that story, it saved his son, like it saved their son. But yeah, like, thank you for sharing that. That's amazing.
You're quite welcome. Yeah, like macro helps me when I'm going through pain to maintain clarity. Anything I've shared with you today is just me passing along what I learned. Like today, the quote that got me through today was consistency isn't about making no mistakes, it's about never giving up. And that was just something that I saw on some chick doing yoga, and like the quote under it, like I was like, oh, I'm saving that, and I put it in my notes, and I pull
Those
that out
yoga
on the
chicks, man,
radio.
they're so hot, right?
I get distracted at work. I'm not gonna lie.
I do the same thing with quotes. I feel like a really perfectly written or spoken quote can just be so powerful because it encapsulates so much into a very neat and tidy package that just looking back upon that can really make a big difference for us.
Yeah. You guys want to hear something funny?
Go for it.
Of course.
I walked into the woods this weekend, and I was hanging with my friends, and we went to a lake, and I got attacked by chiggers, and my entire legs are just destroyed right now. And I also found a tick on my penis, and it's been a tick, and now I have a huge lump on it, and I have to go to the doctor tomorrow because it was a Lone Star tick. So figured we'd just brighten up the mood, bring up that story real quick for all of those who don't know. But holy shit, this has been a really, really just profound. Like I would love to chat with you, Quigs. Like I really think that you have some amazing insight. Like you have some amazing ammunition. You have some amazing ammunition, which means that you've probably been through some shit, my friend. And we're so glad to have you. Thank you for being a part of our community. Thank you for being here. I've been seeing your name up for a couple months. I've been seeing you hanging around for a little while, and like you are the type of person that is the reason we've like designed this project to be like a slow mint and not a cash grab, is because like we're recruiting people like you. We're recruiting good people, great-minded people. So I want you to know your insight like just means a hell of a lot to me. And I'm sure that it's not just me you're probably speaking to in this space. I'm sure there's somebody in here that right now is probably going through some shit, some fuck shit, some horrible shit. And like you might have you never know whose day you're going to change. So thank you so much for sharing that. I really want you to know it's very special that you shared that. And I will hold that story pretty tightly. Try to keep that in my mind as we grow and, shift with perspective. So, yeah, man, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And Sean, you are up whenever you want to unmute. But yeah, thank you, Quigs. That was the perfect way to start Community Milk.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, Community Milk is our segment where we all drink the milk like the Jim Jones Kool-Aid. So welcome to the cult. And this is where we get to know each other. This is where we questions, want to say hi, introduce yourself, it's fine. Today is obviously a little bit more of a heavy topic, but yeah.
This is where Sean, this is the real stuff. Like this is the one thing that I think
it's so much more than NFTs. This is so much more than NFTs. Like we have a fucking support system now. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
Who do we got? We got Sean coming up. What's up, Sean?
Not much. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. So we have the grief part of the topic here. Just figured I'd bring in my own personal life. I had my mother die 4 years ago, and my dad died 3 years ago.
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
My mother died smoking cigarettes, and then my dad died of ALS. So
I think we're losing you. You might have
an old age thing. but yeah.
Hey, Sean, I think we lost you for a sec.
Sorry, for some reason every time I get on these stupid things, I can't hear anybody. So say it one more time.
We cut out your story. We weren't able to hear you right
now. Okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of looking back too.
Yeah.
So I'll say that. I'll try it again. My mom died 4 years ago. My dad died 3 years ago, and but I guess that was what it was. But did you hear that?
Yeah, we heard that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So yeah, no. So I understand like the grief part of it. You know, I mean, because obviously I'm 35 years old. It sucks and all that stuff. But like with your, I made a comment in the chat with when you said you got burned and all that kind of stuff. I made a comment in the chat because I'm from South Dakota originally. I'm living in Texas right now, West Texas. But we have forests up in South Dakota, and when the forest burns, it needs to burn, you know, like it just needs to burn because then it regrows and then it gets more flourished. I mean, because there's too many trees, there's too much shit around you, there's everything. And so that at some point it just needs to burn and then regrow. And so, I mean, that's really like how I see life because I've been fucking shit on a million times. I mean, I have like I've told y'all a couple times like, hey, I need to go with my boy and play games, and I need to do this. That's not my boy. I didn't born him, or you know, I didn't produce him. Is what I'm trying to say. But it's my ex-girlfriend's boy. But I told him that I will always be there for him no matter what. So basically, since we broke up,
you're a better man than most.
Yeah. So basically, since we broke up, like I was like, fuck it. Like I've raised so many, like every girl that I've ever been with is with kids and everything. And so I was like, I'm fucking sick of raising other people's kids and doing this and doing that. I want to raise like a child and like actually be there. So I was like, no, if we break up, that's my child. It'll always be my child because I love him. He calls me dad, blah, blah, blah. And I will always raise that child like my own. And I have. And so from now on, I always will. So it's just one of those things that like some life, like we just fucking sit here and we go down deep, but then we just kind of gotta kick our own ass, like, you know, and fucking get out of it. And I don't know. My dad was a hard stickler on, you know, just work ethic, just keep working, keep doing it. And that was the funny thing is about my dad when he died. Right before he died, or when he had ALS, so it was like a nerve thing that just kept on. It started in his feet and then worked up to his lungs until he suffocated. But like, I asked him, I said, "Do you want me to be here for you, or do you want me to like go work like you taught me?" And he's like, "Go work." I was like, "All right, cool." And so I went and worked, and I was truck driving. I was in South Carolina. Got the phone call. They're like, "Hey, you need to come home." And I'm like, "Well," and I actually owned a truck then. And so I was like, "All right, well, I need to like drive this load back to Dallas. I'll drive the load to Dallas." Well, somebody like it was bad weather in South Dakota at the time, and so I couldn't fly from Dallas to South Dakota. So I went to Dallas to Cheyenne, and somebody like one of my buddies was driving a truck in Cheyenne. So I was like, and he's like, "Well, I'll wait for you if you need a ride." And so then he waited for me, drove to Cheyenne, or flew to Cheyenne. He picked me up, drove to South Dakota, which is like a 3-hour drive, something like that. And then I got to my dad, and about 3 hours later, he died.
Oh, wow.
So that's what was cool. You know, I mean, like, I finally got to see him, you know, right before he was pretty much incoherent and everything before he died when I got there. But yeah, no, just you know what to do, Jack. I mean, fuck, you've been through it a couple times and all that shit. But I mean,
I know what to do. It's a long road, but I know what to do.
Yeah. So we're all here to support you, and like also like I said in the chat, like like you said, oh, I'm not rugging you. Like nobody has said that. Like none of us think that like at all. You know, I mean, we all have personal problems, and like I just posted a fucking Twitter. Like if you want to hear real shit from an artist and what they're going through, like come listen to this, because no other artist is doing this at all. 100%. So
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's been so great having you in our community. It's really been awesome. Just being able to just get to know you. You've been another name we've been seeing the last couple weeks, and like thank you. I appreciate that, because a lot of other people out there, they don't expose like I expose, you know? They don't wear their hearts on their sleeves. So, and yeah, I do know what to do, and I'm doing it. It's just going to take a little bit, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, thanks, Sean, for coming up here. And if anyone else wants to request, hit that request button. But we do actually have a giveaway from last week that if you tuned in to the very end, Oppie, who's coming up right now. Let's bring Oppie up here as soon as he connects again. Okay, Oppie, you're up, so you can unmute when you want, but I was just mentioning the giveaway.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's exactly why I was coming up here, actually. I wanted to get you before you threw the bell on again, but I have to tell you, it brought me joy. Like just hearing that little record scratch and everything. Like, whoa, Oppie, is everything all right? Like, I love that kind of attention. I didn't mean to get you at the end like that, but oh goodness, did it make me feel good.
No, it was perfect. But yeah, why don't you just fill people in on sort of what this giveaway was, how it operated, and then we will jump over to it.
All right, cool. So essentially, last time on Relentless during the community milk section, I had the big brain idea like, hey, Jeff doesn't really promote his YouTube channel too much. Let's change that up for an episode. So I decided, hey, let's do a free mint for somebody that goes in the comment section of the last episode of Relentless on the YouTube channel. They had until Relentless started today at 9 p.m. And pretty much all you had to do was just make a quick little comment saying pretty much what you enjoy from a host. Like if you could choose one thing that's your favorite thing that any host does, or maybe it could be something that the host that you listen to specifically do, because that's something that stands out to you. Whatever it may be, essentially all you had to do is comment down below what you like about a host.
Yeah.
So I got a couple comments. I did see somebody try and sneak in there. It didn't work. I had the wheel already made, so good try. Try and catch me next time during the rules.
So, are you spinning the wheel on your end then?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, well,
I've had the names up since the very beginning, and I'll even throw them out here real quick so everybody knows who they are.
Well, here, I'm going to cue up the little music here for the giveaway. So what do we got? Who do we got on that list?
All right, so we got our very own Wheezy Toad. He's a personal friend of mine that I've made him drink the milk. He's indoctrinated into this cult. I ruined that word, but you know what I mean. But he's in here. He's on here. We got very own Skelly up on here. He's very active, always taking advantage of these giveaways. I wish more people would be like him, bro. Like, just because you win one week doesn't mean you can't go for it the next week. Fuck around and always go for him. And then we got, I don't know who they are, to be honest, so that's going to take some figuring out if they win.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody named Reddy, and then somebody else named Hellfish. No idea who those two are.
So Hellfish, Hellfish is Steph S, because Steph S has the same Twitter handle.
Nice. Look at you doing all this detective work, making it easy for me.
Yeah, Jeff is great. Yeah, everybody needs a fucking Jeff, dude.
I'm telling you, bro. I be promoting that on Fruit Friends all the time. I say all you gotta do is find a Jeff and it'll work. That's all it is. Two good people making a good thing.
You guys are too kind. But what do you say then? Should we spin that wheel?
Let me give one more name real quick.
Oh, yeah.
He's not in here, but he's a loyal Fangster. It's a little Kurt.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys have seen him out and about. Oh, Invalid left, so he's not even here. But anyway, he's just a Fangster. He's been around for a while. He's real into that group of things. But he's awesome. Coming over showing some love.
Sweet. What we'd love to see.
Trying to rein people in. All right, I'm about to spin the wheel. Are we ready?
Let's do this.
Bet.
Great song, Oppie.
Thank you.
Opie, my life's a fucking lie.
The winner is Skelly.
Oh, nice. Congratulations, Sean. That's awesome. But yeah, I mean,
That's what I'm talking about.
and
I'm telling you.
he's the one too. When I posted in Discord earlier, he's just like, shh, keep it quiet. Understandably, because I mean, that was really good odds. And that also is just sort of how we like to do things. Like, Oppie, again, that was a great idea last time. And again, just to swing back around, like, thank you for your awesome questions last week too. Because when you came up, you turned the tables on us, on me and Chaz and Valid Bite. And it was like, oh, and Amara was up here too. And it was just really good. It was fun to get that interview sort of energy showing up. So yeah, thank you again. And thank you for this great idea. I think this is awesome. And Sean, I'll be minting that to your wallet very soon. You know what? Why don't Sean, could you just drop your address in Discord right now? Because we'll do it live on the show, because then we all get to see in real time what we got going on.
Yes, sir.
But
Can I drop a little teaser for Friday as well?
Absolutely.
All right. So Friday, it's a fun little time for me. I happen to have that day scheduled off. So it's no rushing home to get ready for Fruit Friends or nothing like that. I'm going to go the extra mile. We're going to do a breakfast version of Fruit Friends.
Really?
Oh,
My
nice.
breakfast might be somebody else's lunch or midday, but we're going to do Eastern Standard Time breakfast session. And then I'm going to try and do midday session as well. And then we'll get that end Fruit Friend Friday right. But here's the other kicker. I already have talked to Big Bake a little bit about this. I'm going to start streaming the World of Warcraft. If you're interested, Jack, feel free to hop on. But I'm gonna be live streaming it with Big Bake at some point in the day.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, what time do you guys think you're starting?
Honestly, it was kind of, since I got the whole day free, it's really just whenever Big Bake had time. I'm not too sure what his schedule is looking like. All I for sure, I just pretty much told him that that's what I was thinking of doing. He was like, "Yeah, bro, that's amazing. Like, I'll play with you." I was like, "Oh, cool."
Nice.
But I'll definitely figure out the exact time and crack it down and let you know more about it.
Sweet. And what time is Fruit Friends lunch, breakfast Friday?
Okay, so I'm thinking it's a little bit late for breakfast, but I still eat breakfast at this time. This is when I eat my breakfast. Okay, this is even before I eat my breakfast, to be honest with you. But I was thinking around 10 a.m.
Yeah, that sounds good. I do have to say I get up so late that I will miss that one, but I think this is awesome to reach an all-new group of Fruit Friends and just the broader community that maybe can't tune in right now, because we know we're all international. So we always need to, keep it in mind. So that's exciting. I'm really glad you're doing that.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's gonna be good, dude.
Thank you.
What'd you decide to roll in Warcraft?
So that's the thing. I was going to do it kind of like right before, and then just like let the people kind of see my thoughts on it, what I'm about to do. And then Big Bake told me about something. He said they got Death Knights or something like that.
That's in the next expansion. But in order to play the Death Knight, you have to have a level 55 character.
Oh, good. Okay.
So you better get cooking.
Oh yeah. Oh, buddy. But I have no idea. It's going to be cool. It's going to be real cool. Still working on the D&D stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's still in the works. Don't think because I'm not telling people anything, I'm not doing it.
No,
Don't think because I haven't been around, we're still not doing it. So we're definitely doing it.
Yeah. So do you have like a timeline for that as well? Like, this is sort of our catch-up time. Oh, I'm going to bring up Mad Cat also. But yeah, do you have a timeline maybe for starting that first one-off D&D?
To be honest, I do not. I originally was shooting for the 18th,
mm-hmm.
And then when Jack did the thing with the cranky critters, I started getting in contact with them, and then seeing when they could do it. And then I saw that Luis said he was going to have his Switch the 18th, so I was like, all right, well, I'll just push D&D. We'll do the game night here. Unfortunately, they aren't able to make the 18th. And I don't have the D&D stuff ready to just bust it out on the 18th, so I'm just going to do something different.
That's
fine. What? But
Yeah.
we'll do something different. And so wait, let me check my Twitter DMs real quick, because I have it a possible date for.
Sweet. And
around the 24th, 25th, 26th, something like that is when we'll do the Smash Bros tournament with Cranky Critters.
ooh, that's exciting.
That's fun. I'll definitely have to participate in that. So,
and the Sean's Mint is up in Discord. So if everyone wants to check it out, it's got a Zombie Bitch shirt with the green wing. So it's a good one. But Mad Cat, you're up now. So whenever you want to unmute.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
How you doing?
what's up, dude?
Hey, Jack, I gotta let you know. I was typing, right? Dude, anytime I will be ready to suck the poison, and then you threw that tick joke out, and I was like, oh, shit. Delete. I was like, fuck. Good thing.
Dude, the chiggers is I've been itching this entire video. I've been like trying to keep a straight face. I'm like, oh fuck, I need my cream. Like it's so bad. Like it is a pain that is like consistent for weeks. For like I know for the next like 2 weeks, it's just like, have you ever had chiggers?
No, dude, I've gotten so much shit from the Marines. I don't think I have chiggers. What does it look like? Is it like little
They're
red
essentially like they're in the arachnid family, and they're basically like these little baby ticks. And like they get like under your skin. They're like they live in like fresh water and by like lakes. And like they're these little like red, they're like a mite almost, like a parasite. Then they like their bites, dude, are so fucking itchy. And like they just get real fucking gnarly like as the week progresses. Like horrible hell. Truly hell. Waking up in the middle of the night, like scratching until you have blood, like it's just nuts.
Best I could do is I could scratch for you. Just let me know where.
I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it.
Listen, I showered with 40 guys for 90 days. No issues here, buddy. You know what I'm saying? No issues here. We all seen everybody naked. Hey, what I'm gonna say is, thank you, Jeff, for the Fruit Friends Fit Club channel.
Absolutely.
That's good to go. We're gonna get a lot of guys motivated out there. We're gonna get a lot of guys and girls into better physical and mental health, right? Because I'm looking at it not just physical fit. You know, you got to be also mental fit because there's a lot of stuff going on every day. I also am grieving. 44 pounds is gone, baby. I didn't even know I lost 44 pounds.
Dude, yeah, when I went to LA and I came back, you looked like a new guy, dude. I was like, holy shit, you got ripped like that. I was like, holy fuck, like, yeah.
I didn't even know that. I weighed myself that day because we were doing mitt work with Dakota. And he's like, dude, you haven't been swimming like this. I've never seen you like this. I said, I know, something's up. So then I went and jumped on the scale, and I'm like, 176. And he's like, what? 176. So that's good to go. Tomorrow, we're at Madison Square Garden. We have our very own Jess. She is... Oh,
for Jess's fight, right?
Yep.
She's fighting?
Yeah. She's fighting in Madison Square Garden. So hopefully, she's going to definitely win this. It's a new rule with the gloves. It's double elimination. She lost the first bout to this girl. She's been on and off fighting. I think it's like her 7th fight with this girl. It's back and forth. So she's psyched. She's ready to go. She's looking sharp. She wins tomorrow, and then it's a tiebreaker fight, which will be announced. So that is amazing for our gym club. First time in MSG, any bouts over there. And the guys also in there because I think I told you guys on and off a little bit. I broke my foot about 4 or 5 years ago, but it's not a break like you would snap a pencil.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, it's like, when we're growing up, we were crushing soda cans, how you step on a soda can, you crush it. That's how I crushed one of my bones in my foot.
Oh, wow.
It got caught under a cart at Home Depot. I was pulling, I had about 2,500 pounds of concrete on it. I was pulling it. So if you know those flat carts, you got to pull them backwards. So I got momentum, and then I turned around so I could start pulling and steering, and it caught the back of my heel. Remember, like the back of your heel on the shopping carts, how it gets nagged?
Uh-huh.
That's what it did with this cart and just crushed the bone. It took took all this time, 4 years, for it to finally heal. And then talking to like real sports athletes and everything, they said, athletes' careers are done with a break like that they say. And I said, I believe it now. Now I literally have something I could base it on to understand, broken foot, broken toe, their career is done. I was like, it took me 5 years to heal. But all said and done is now I'm back in, right? Jack, come around, punch each other in the face. I got to get squared away because if not, right, the guys have a strong ambition by the end of the year to actually get back into a competitive level. But I'm looking at reality of it. By 55, I want to get in and actually compete, hardcore for the Masters division and bring the title to our club. So it's going to, I think I got, 2 years, if not sooner. And again, we'll be sporting the Badfroot logo on my shirt.
That'd be so dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick, man. We gotta, I'll shave the goatee to the Wolverine look.
Nice. But that's awesome. I love having that goal too. Like I mentioned it in the Fruit Friends Fit channel, but having that goal, and it's a realistic time frame too, because it's so easy just to be like, oh, I'm going to do this in a couple months. But no, like you're working at it. Like you're grinding, you're relentlessly pursuing this thing. So I'm so excited to see when it comes to fruition.
Oh yeah. And on and off with Oppie and everything. Oppie's coming down. He's going to crash with me. I think he's going to come down and crash with me sometime in the summer for a week or so.
Nice.
So
all right. Well, you let me know when you guys are out here, and I will show you a great time.
I don't know, man. Ticks on your nuts ain't really a great time.
Yeah. Hey, actually, definitely keep me posted too, because we're going to be probably out in Jersey to see Amara's dad, maybe August, September, depending. So keep me posted, because maybe if we could make this a smaller event, obviously not everyone, but anyone who could come out, maybe we could have a little fun couple days hanging out.
Yeah, you guys could crash my place. I got a bump out trailer that sleeps, 8, and then my house. I have 2 bedrooms. Listen, air mattresses, whatever, man.
That's awesome. Thank you.
It's you guys could all crash with me.
Badfruit party.
Badfruit party. I think I do have ticks, so you'll be all right, Jack. You're good to go. wanna yeah, but that's good to go. So yeah, me and Nappy will work it all out too on the back end, but
yes sir,
it's good to go. We already have logistics on how he's coming out. He's gonna Amtrak
train
and pick him up.
Yes sir.
Nice. Yeah, and just to rewind real quick for people who haven't seen it yet, Fruit Friends Fit is a new channel, and we're all coming together to hold each other accountable, talk fitness, talk health, talk overall wellness, like Mad Cat mentioned, like mental health, physical health, all of it, but just in a group setting, because we all have our own unique goals. So then being able to hold one another accountable, like is Defameless. Yeah, Defameless, I'm not going to forget Monday. Like you said, Monday you want to hit the gym. We're going to be in there seeing if you're hitting the gym. That's just, it's what we're here to do, because it's hard. Like if people watching this later, which hand? My left hand. So like my squat rack I can touch it from where I am.
Yeah.
How much I use that nowhere near coincides with how close and how easily accessible that is to me. But just because of you guys, just talking to you guys yesterday, I woke up and I have a trap bar right here on the floor next to me, some trap bar deadlifts, some push-ups, pull-ups, just some little stuff to sort of get back in the rhythm. But yeah, this is what we're doing with Fruit Friends Fit. We're working together, and if we ever want to, we'll hop on like Zoom video calls. We can talk through some stuff, see where we're all at and whatnot. But to start, we have that channel, and if you look at the pinned post on the channel, and you just do the react with the flexing, it's right there. It'll give you the role Fruit Friends Fit. So if we ever send out announcements or anything, you'll get notified. But yeah, so Luis, you're up here too now, and Defameless. So Luis, why don't you go first? You were up here first. Feel free to unmute.
Well, I heard party, and can't have party without your favorite Mexican. So
that's right, dude.
That was like that was really like but then he said 8 people fit in the trailer. I was like, all right, I guess I can bring my cousins too.
Nice.
Oh man, but no, I miss y'all, man. It's just like being gone and away for 5 or 6 days, sort of, just like
feels like forever, right?
Yeah, dude. But yeah, just glad to be back, and right now I'm just catching up with the in real life office work, and once I get caught up with that, it's gonna be Friday again, and we're going to do it all over again. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. So
How was Vegas, dude?
oh man, which let's see. I guess I can just tell the first part of the trip, which was pretty interesting how it started. So our flight was scheduled to leave at like 10:30 at night. So it was the actual last flight to Vegas from that airport. I'm sorry, not 10 o'clock. It was like 9:30, something like that. And we were going to fly Allegiant, and they fly from my local airport that's about 15 minutes away, but they only have one or two flights a day, and sometimes they don't have a flight on certain days to Vegas. So what happened was they canceled our flight 4.5 hours before, and so they didn't have another flight that we can take. And this has never happened to me with them, and I've only flown with them once, so everything's kind of new. So I was like, oh damn, I have to read the frequently asked questions. I have to figure out like, okay, do I want? And I'm at work too, and I was at work at the end of the day trying to get my stuff done. You know what I mean? And I don't like leaving my coworker with my responsibilities. You know what I mean? Like I like to be on top of my stuff, and that's what we do here. And yeah, so I was like, oh, then I gotta call my girlfriend and figure out, hey, do you want to take the refund or do you want to just book for tomorrow? Now I gotta call the hotel because the hotel is already non-refundable. Are they gonna be able to push our days? And it's Vegas, probably not gonna happen. Oh man, I was just like, I don't even know what the right word is, flabbergasted, I guess. Yeah. And at the end of the day, again, relentless. Just did my due diligence, got a hold of my girlfriend. All throughout this time, she was showering, so I couldn't even get a hold of her. And so I was like, all right, let's figure this out. And luckily, we found a flight with Southwest out of an airport that's about an hour away. And we were actually able to make it. We made it with time. We're able to have a dinner and kind of just relax before we just hit the fly and decompress a little bit. And yeah, we made it, you know what I mean? And it was just that attitude of like, money comes and goes. If you have to pay more, you have to pay more. If it doesn't, and you know what, it literally all worked out even better than expected. Things happen for a reason. And so now I'm not going to go too much into the middle. We can talk about that on Fruit Friends Friday or whatever we want to do, or in the Discord. But what happened at the end was we were having so much fun, we decided to extend our stay. And because we extended our stay, we ended up getting like $85 or $100 credit to our airline just because we flew on a weekday rather than that Sunday night. If we had stuck with Allegiant, we were going to end up leaving with wanting more. And I'm that kind of individual that like, I can't do that. Like if I still feel like I want to be there and I'm already there, I'm going to do it. Right. So I guess I would have hit another roadblock had I not switched and had what Allegiant happened with Allegiant had not happened. And literally everything just worked out beautifully. So
yeah, that's awesome. I feel like that happens so often too, because you can find that good, and the good actually happened to be great in this scenario. You didn't even have to look far. And yeah, it's just how life just tends to work out. Like I feel like I've always just told the people around me, like it always works out. Like you may have to zoom out. The timeline might have to get longer than you hope, but it always works out. Like I love that was such an immediate positive over something that I'm sure that day when you were like, no flight, I'm sure that was just the worst feeling at that moment.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because my intention with coming up right now was just to say hi, and somebody said party, so hey, let me crack a joke. But now that I'm able to, like, you guys kind of like brought me together, I just finally like actually thought about the trip really fast, and I guess summarize it for myself. And right now I'm actually very happy. Mm-hmm. So that like literally whatever I just said like made me really happy. So
nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude, I've been watching you on Instagram from the behind the lines. It looks like you've had a killer time over there.
Yeah, dude, I got to meet a famous soccer player. So if any of you guys watch soccer, one of the U.S. National team members who also plays for Barcelona, Sergio Dest, was at the pool party that I was at, and literally just standing right next to me. And I'm like, man, I know this person, but it's so funny. I was literally watching this comedian last night. He talked about like when you meet famous people, you're like just looking for like 5 minutes, just thinking so hard when you can't recognize that individual, and it looks so awkward. And I was like, did I look like that when I was trying to figure out who this guy is, especially after a couple cocktails and sunned out day 3, like, oh man. But yeah, I got a cool picture with him and got to have a conversation, and yeah. And then, like I said, I was just super happy out there, decided to spread the milk, added another weekend giveaway, and yeah, man, keep spreading it.
Nice. Yeah, we'll love to hear it. And yeah, just to Famous, you're up. You're feel free to unmute whenever you want. But yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad it worked out. And yeah, just finding the good, and it turned out to be a great weekend. And that is so funny though, right? Because you wonder after, like, was I just staring blankly at this guy until I figured it out?
Yeah, I literally watched two things when I got home last night to decompress. One was the Family Vacation Goes to Vegas, classic movie.
With Chevy Chase?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Classic, dude.
Classic.
Then,
all those movies are great. All those movies are so great. Yeah.
And then I watched the stand up on Netflix of somebody who kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Adam from Workaholics. Adam Levine.
I get that frequently. I know,
man. But I like that. Like Adam is my favorite character from Workaholics. He talks
about like the Tadaz when he like used to like hide in the closet and just like come out and scare his dad, and he would be like a little fat kid out of breath, you know, and he like that whole bit was just so funny. Yeah. He's so funny.
Yeah. So it's funny that I watched that and he talked about like when you meet famous people and you're just like staring at them awkwardly. But yeah, off to the Famous Gamer. Thanks, guys.
Okay, yeah, man, that sounded like a lot of fun. I was out in, you guys may not know it, but in Halifax in Canada. So I met up with a couple of my buddies from Vancouver, and then we just flew out there. And all we did was drink, eat, and walk. It was, we did like 21Ks, 21,000 steps.
Nice.
10 pints of beer at least, or alcohol, and just food, and tons and tons of food, because they're famous for lobsters. So every place we went, we tried lobster rolls, we tried whole lobsters, we tried, you name it.
Nice.
We just we looked at the bill and said, "Yep, here's a card, pay for it. I don't care." Just you know what I mean. Like when you're young, you think about, oh my god, I just spent like $50 on this one item or one meal, right?
Uh-huh.
But once you get older and I'm not saying you're better off, but you feel much more comfortable. I don't have to worry about, oh man, I just spent like $100 today. Shit.
Yeah, that's awesome to be able to just go out and just have a great time. Like, because I feel like a lot of us, we haven't gotten that opportunity maybe with all the stuff for the last few years going on. So it's awesome just to connect with your friends, go out and just have fun.
Yeah, because it's been, I moved out of Vancouver a year and a half ago, and I've been there for like 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
And all my friends are back home, right, in Vancouver. So it was nice to see my good friends. And yeah, as you were saying that, today I went swimming for a bit. So I've started a little bit of my cardio and workout.
Nice.
But yeah, you better hold me to for Monday for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what we're here for, you know?
I don't know. That's funny. When you mentioned my name, I'm like, hey, I'm coming up, bro. I'm like, I appreciate it. So someone is going to keep me accountable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and hopefully we'll all do the same for one another. That's the whole plan, is just to keep everyone just holding each other accountable, because it's hard to do that for ourselves. But yeah, thanks so much for coming up and sharing. And yeah, we're already over an hour and a half today. So
good one.
Yeah, I think we'll wrap right there. But yeah, thank you everyone for giving us your time, for tuning in, for coming up to speak, just absolutely everything. Thank you, Jack, for sharing. Like, 'cause that's hard. It's hard stuff to share, I know. And like we only talked that one time briefly about some things, just because it's not easy to talk about. It's happening internally.
I was so discombobulated like I thought I had at least told you. Like I didn't tell anybody. Like I don't really have a great, like it's you guys and like my friends and stuff, but like I keep a lot like to myself, and I didn't even realize that I was like suffering silently for a little bit. Like I just was so taken back by everything. So like I want to thank you also for, you were persistent with trying to get me on the phone, and so thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. So
yeah, we're all here for each other. We want to help in any ways we can. But yeah, so with that, thank you again, everyone, for tuning in, for hanging out with us, and we will see you later.